680's Chris McCusker joins us now. Chris, we've heard a lot of talk today about this U.S. and Mexico trade deal. Of course, it's not called NAFTA. It's called something else. It does not involve Canada, though, and that's why it's not called NAFTA. But how are the markets reacting?
Positively, I guess, in a word, Francis. We did see new all-time highs for the NASDAQ and the S&P, and then the Dow moved above 26,000 again for the first time since February. The TSX was higher for a second day. Now, as far as Canada goes, despite the fact we're not involved yet, we did see healthy gains for some auto parts makers. Linamar up 6.5%, Magna stock up 4.2%, Martin Rea up by 6%. Shares in CP Rail hit an all-time high. I guess trade is good for the railways. And the Canadian dollar also closed above 77 cents. Now, when you sort of look around the market as well, a couple other noteworthy stocks today. Shares in Canopy Growth hit an all-time high again. Shares in Amazon closed at an all-time high. So pretty much everywhere you look today, we did see a lot of positivity on markets.
Let's talk about Tesla, because it turns out they're not going to go private after all.
Yeah, this was a classic case of will they or won't they, and at the end of the day, won't they was the option they took. Elon Musk abandoning his plans to take the electric car maker private after consulting with shareholders. The announcement comes about 2 weeks after Musk tweeted that he had secured funding for a deal to go private at $420 a share. Now, the idea here, from Musk's perspective, was to free the company from the pressure put on it by Wall Street, the pressure around short-term results. Of course, this company is not producing, let's say, short-term results. It's a little more long-reaching, so that was the idea behind going private. Analysts, though, now questioning Elon Musk's credibility, the company's credibility, given all this drama. The stock was down by about 1% today to $319. Year-to-date, still up by 2.5%. Analysts now suggesting this company really needs to focus on making cars and meeting deadlines for those cars. Hundreds of thousands of Tesla fans have actually put down payments down. Some of them going back to April of 2016, they still don't have the vehicles. So now that this drama is behind them, let's make the cars.
Yeah. The move to ban plastic straws continues to grow, and there are some companies that actually stand to benefit from that.
Yes, and it's sort of an interesting story, actually. Earlier this month, a company called Hofmaster Group, which makes paper tableware, bought Aardvark Straws, which was the sole U.S. producer of paper straws. Now, these companies have been working together since 2012, but now adjustments are being made to the business ahead of this expected surge in demand, which some have put at about 5,000%, that is for paper straws. A number of companies, including Starbucks and McDonald's, have announced the plan to ban plastic straws as a way to cut down on ocean pollution. Now, according to data, wholesale business for paper bags and disposable plastic products grew to an annual revenue of $82 billion in the 5 years leading up to 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, big money in paper straws.
Yeah. Chris, do you pay a lot in taxes?
Medium.
Medium?
Yeah.
I pay a lot. So you and I are not rich, apparently, because the more you make, the more money you pay, or the less money you pay in tax.
Well, and what you said is technically correct, but according to the Canadian Revenue Agency, the top 1% in this country failed to produce the promised billions in new revenue in the first year. So high-income earners actually paid $4.6 billion less in federal taxes. Now, if you think back to the Liberal Party's campaign platform, the new top tax bracket was supposed to raise nearly $3 billion a year. That didn't happen, but to add insult to injury here, there were fewer people in that top tax bracket. Now, the finance minister's office has said that the drop in revenue from high-income earners appears to have been a one-time event. The changes were made sort of like partway through the year, so Minister Morneau is expecting a substantial rebound. Critics not really buying that. Some say that raising top tax rates actually encourages changes in behavior, let's say, as a way to avoid paying more taxes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not implicating anybody, just saying.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, have a good night.
Okay, you too. Here's Melissa.